Hey guys, Zen here, and today I wanted to go over 3 updates for Rainbow Six Siege, but I also wanted to go back in time just a little bit and talk about some things that we haven't yet. Now, this new update is changing a lot of the operators in the game, and so for each of the changes, I wanted to pair some tips that I'm hoping will make it easier for you guys to adjust. So, let's do this. First up, you console guys can finally rejoice because the latest patch is making its way to your systems. The Year 3 Season 3.2 update is now live across all platforms. For those of you who may not be informed, we'll go over the most important bits here. So first up, Clash is nerfed. They reduced the swapping speed from CCE to sidearm. The refill charge after use is also increased to 2 seconds, and the attackers can more easily sprint after being tased. Now, I've been playing a lot of Clash since the update, and I can honestly say that she feels very different and really has a totally different playstyle in her current state. Now more than ever, it is essential that you tag along with a buddy when you play as this operator. She no longer has the ability to quickly take out her secondary, so you'll be forced to duck behind cover before you can let any bullets fly. What I've also been noticing while playing her is that she has a much harder time dealing with more than one attacker than she did before, because now they recover so much faster and your taser recharges slower, so it makes it very easy and very fast for them to close the gap in those situations. So naturally, I've got some tips and advice that'll help you Clash mains out there. For starters, if you roam, again, bring a fellow defender. Vigil and Jaeger make great companions because they have really strong primaries and are 3 speed, so they can easily maneuver around the map. Also, absolutely never switch to your secondary when facing attackers by yourself. Resist as much as possible until you can either retreat and head back to the objective or wait for a buddy to come supply the firepower. But at this point, Clash just switches too slow and it's really hard to line up a headshot now that the ADS bug has been fixed as well. So those are just a few tips for Clash to help you out early on in the update, but I'm curious to know how you feel about her now that she's been nerfed. Let me know down below. Also in this update is the nerf to Maestro's LMG. Yes, you Maestro mains will be losing the hipfire accuracy the Elda has been legendary for, and even though I'm a Frost main at this time, my heart truly goes out to you because this is one of my favorite aspects of this operator, and I'm already mourning its removal. We are creatures of habit, so it'll be hard not to hipfire, but my biggest advice here is to always aim down sight with Maestro now, because it's obviously useless not to. On top of that, you might have more success by equipping his Elda with a holographic sight instead of ACOG, mainly because of how bouncy the recoil can be. But if you're like me and you must use the ACOG scope, it is more important than ever before to burst fire with this weapon. With this LMG in particular, I wouldn't let off any more than 4 or 5 bullets at a time, mainly because of its really high vertical kick. I also recommend the flash hider for the barrel, and of course the vertical grip to keep it stable. Last up is the buff to the SMG-11, and right off the bat, I've got to admit, this weapon feels great, guys. For those of you who've been missing Smoke in his prime, I won't go as far as to say that he's back, but he's much more viable as an operator and a much better pick since this change. Yes, this does also affect Sledge, but Sledge didn't rely on this secondary as much as Smoke did, so really this is only a benefit to Sledge as well. The best thing to do here is basically give Smoke another chance and to use him as you used to. Since the nerf to the SMG-11, a lot of players have been using the FMG-9 and the pistol as his loadout because the shotgun SMG-11 combo was feeling really underwhelming. With this buff though, I'd go back to the old tried and true loadout and work on remastering this weapon's recoil. It has been changed considerably over the years, and where it's at now is best paired with the flash hider holographic combo in my opinion. Now, Ubisoft does have some plans in store for Smoke. They plan on making his gadget a little more consistent overall, and I assume it's because his pick rate and win delta have gone down considerably since Grim Sky. So I'm really hoping that this SMG-11 buff brings Smoke back up into the meta, because this was an operator that I felt severely lacked in his current state. So as far as balance, that's the update, and I hope my tips help you guys out early on. Moving on, I wanted to talk about the Madhouse event. Today is the final day of the event, being Halloween, but I'm proud to announce that we as a player base completed the Sam Hain Community Challenge and have all been awarded the Eerie Charm. So as far as PC, the goal was 40 million kills, and from what I heard on Xbox, it was 30 million kills, and we absolutely crushed those goals and blew past the limit. So as of this recording, PC sits at 72.9 million kills, call it 73, and Xbox is at 40 million for the challenge. So yeah, next time Ubisoft will have to significantly increase those numbers to fall in line with this massive and ever-growing community. So as long as you participated, you should have the rare Eerie Charm waiting for you. Overall, I was really happy with this Madhouse event, and considering we have more holidays coming up, I'd be excited to see them celebrate those as well. I think they missed a real opportunity in making Caveira one of the stars for Halloween, but here's hoping we can get a Lord Chonka as Santa Claus for Christmas. And until that happens, I suppose Zen will continue to dream. But I did say in a recent stream here on YouTube that I am hoping for Frost in an elf costume, or maybe even Sledge with a candy cane gadget. But those are just a few of my ideas, so let me know some of yours down below. Our last update happened recently, but it was actually an AMA the devs had for some of the balancing changes, but also included a small peek into the future. Now, I wanted to bring this up because there are actually a long list of operators who may be getting full reworks. Rapid fire, we have Lion, Glaz, Frost, Castle, Fuse, and Tachanka all possibly seeing reworks very soon here, and to be honest, it has me a little worried that so many operators are in need of such big changes. Of course, there really isn't much more detail on the specifics, but a rework isn't just a small buff or nerf. It's usually a complete overhaul of what the operator does, or really significant changes that'll change the playstyle of the operator. With Capkin, for instance, this operator was changed so much from what he used to be, you could kind of call it a rework. He used to be 1 speed, now he's 2 speed. His gadget used to have a laser and insta-kill, now it doesn't have a laser, he has more of them and it only weakens the enemy. Because of those changes, Capkin is played very different from before, and a lot of the community would agree that he feels pretty good now. Out of all the operators awaiting a rework, my picks would go to Castle and Lion. I feel like these two operators have the most potential to bring a lot better utility than they are now, and I'm hoping they're both very high on the list of priority. Now, those are the updates, but of course today is Halloween, so to celebrate, I wanted to add a special treat to this video with yet another ace. Recently, I've just been on one, boys, so hopefully you enjoy, and I'll catch you at the end of the video.
One down.
Oh! No, get away.
That's the fuser, I think.
Heal Ella.
Come here, Ella. Come here.
Reach is 1 HP.
She has someone right on her. And someone's on your left. Doc.
Yep.
You have no cans.
Door right outside.
No time to waste.
They're droning. They're droning.
Friendly, last operator standing.
Oh, they're at the doorway.
If you remain in this zone, you will be detected by
coming?
hostiles. You have been spotted.
Left.
Down to 15 seconds. 1 op 4 remaining.
Nice.
Op 4 eliminated.
Good job.
Mission successful.
Nice.
But that's everything, guys. That's 3 news updates as well as my best tips for the latest patch. Now I want to hear from you. Do you have any tips to share now that the update is out? And out of all the operators awaiting a rework, who do you want to see the most? Let me know everything in a comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. I'm out.